Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Chicago Scholars Virtual College Fair. We thank you for joining us tonight. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are turned off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This was just one of multiple sessions happening today, so please be sure to sign up for one after this if you're interested. And that is also being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Chicago Scholars. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter of the evening, and that is Colgate University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jameer Abney. I'm one of the Associate Deans of Admission at Colgate. I'm happy to be joined by one of our current students who's working with us in the office this summer, and they'll be here helping me answer some questions. To tell you a little bit about who we are. So Colgate is a residential liberal arts college located in Hamilton, New York, in the central part of the state of New York. We're about an hour outside of Syracuse. As I mentioned, residential, so over 90% of our students do live on campus. We have about 3,000 undergraduate students that are part of our community, offering over 50 different majors, 10 additional minors for our students to take advantage of, with a lot of our students choosing to double major or take on multiple minors in their time on campus. Our students come from all over the world and all over the country. We have over 70 different countries that are represented, 48 of the 50 states represented within our community. So definitely a global campus for you to be able to take advantage of. And when you think about Colgate, imagine combining the values of a small school with opportunities that a much larger university or institution might offer to you. So the average class size is going to have you with under 20 students in a classroom. All classes are taught by a professor. Our faculty also take on the role of academic advising, mentoring students directly, as well as doing research alongside our students. Over 80% of our students take advantage of undergraduate research during their time here on campus. We actually have very few graduate level programs, so all of the research primarily is done by our undergraduate students. So if you're someone that really has an eye towards wanting to do a high level of research, great opportunity either over the summer when about 200 students are on campus doing fellowships and research opportunities, during the school year working alongside faculty and some of the research that they might be doing, or even opportunities to have faculty advise you on your own independent research projects. We actually have an entire office within our career services team committed to national fellowships, grants, and opportunities for you to be able to get funding to do the research that you're interested in. So definitely a place, even though we're focused on the humanities and the social sciences as a liberal arts college and kind of that well-rounded comprehensive education, if you're someone that's really interested in STEM, math, and really wanting to be in the lab and do that research, you can do that on our campus as well. In addition to that, we're one of the top schools in terms of undergraduate study abroad. About 2/3 of our student body is taking advantage of over 100 different programs all over the world on all 7 continents for you to be able to take advantage of. And one of the great things is those are faculty-led experiences, independent opportunities, as well as shorter-term experiences where you might be taking a course for a semester and then spending part of your summer or your winter break in a different country, expanding upon what you're learning within the classroom. So definitely if you're someone who's looking to study abroad, have that international and cultural experience, you'll find that on campus, as well as opportunities for you to be able to do that off campus through our study abroad experiences with the international community that you'd be a part of. But I think when you really think about Colgate, community is the most important aspect for us. And a lot of work being done to continue to provide great opportunities for you to build affinity and really close relationships with the people and your peers around you. There are over 200 clubs and organizations for you to take advantage of, affinity and cultural groups, research and education-based organizations, service-based organizations, including a program that actually allows students to be trained as volunteer EMTs and volunteer firefighters here in the local community. And then also unique things like a beekeeping club or other kind of niche interests that you might find. So whatever you're interested in, you can find your cohort, your community, and people for you to be able to build those close ties and close relationships with. But most importantly for us here at Colgate is we want you to be successful. Tons of different resource offices here on the campus. We have a Center for Learning, Teaching, and Research, wellness support here on campus with the Community Health Center, as well as our Shaw Wellness Center for you to be able to take advantage of. And then again, the ability to be able to go directly to faculty, directly to administrators to get whatever you might need in order to get the most out of your experience. We also want you to be successful beyond your 4 years with us. And one of the things that we're most excited about to be able to say is that just under 99% of our graduates within 6 months of graduation find their a job, find an internship, go on to graduate school, fellowship opportunities, or whatever that it is that they want to be engaged with. We have a great alumni community, over 35,000 living alumni. They give back to the campus in a variety of different ways. One of the cool things that you're able to take advantage of is an opportunity where alumni are coming back to campus and having you have an opportunity as a sophomore through sophomore connections to build close relationships with people who are doing what you want to be doing, and have an opportunity to start to build those ties and relationships in that industry to work towards that particular goal. We also have a unique program called Thought into Action for our entrepreneurs. If you're someone who has a business venture, an idea in mind, that program actually, through, again, alumni connection and alumni mentorship and funding, allows you to spearhead and start that particular initiative or an idea during your time here on campus. So whatever it is you might be interested in, this is a place that can help provide the funding, the resource, the mentorship, and the advising to help you get that thing off the ground, begin to get started, help you connect with the people who are doing what you want to be doing on campus, off campus, and allow you to be able to take advantage. But first, how do you get here? So Colgate is a school that's on the Common App as well as the Coalition application, holistic admission review for you to be able to take advantage of. We're looking at everything and really trying to get a good sense of who you are. We're excited to be able to say this past year, we had a doubling of our applications, over 104% growth in the application pool, and had an opportunity to be able to bring in even more students who were looking at Colgate as a viable option for them. We were test optional in this past year, and we'll continue that for the next couple of years as we look at how that impacts our process. We're also, for the first time this last year, a Questbridge school, so an opportunity for us to be able to expand and who's looking at us and be able to do outreach and engagement with a wider community of students. And this is coming off of a year in the fall of 2020 where we welcomed in the most diverse class in our 200-year history. And that goes alongside key goals for Colgate, a new strategic vision, a third century plan that includes a plan that's focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion, and how we can do a better job not only in recruiting students, but continue to ensure support, engagement, and all the resources for our students to thrive, no matter where they might be coming from, no matter your background. And that includes being a school that meets 100% of financial need in terms of financial aid to make this an affordable opportunity for you. So thanks so much for learning about us, and hope to hear some of your questions.
Thank you very much. Next up, we are going to hear from Ripon College.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Hannah Erdman, and I am one of the admission counselors in our office, along with being our Transfer International Coordinator. I am excited to be here tonight and share a little bit about the opportunities that are available to you at Ripon College. I believe I will be the smallest school on this call tonight. We are a 100% undergraduate liberal arts and sciences college. We have just over 800 students on our campus, so it is a small, tight-knit community where you have the ability to grow and determine what your path in life is going to be. We primarily draw from the Midwest in our student population, with Illinois being the largest out-of-state population that we see aside from Wisconsin. We're located about 3 hours north of Chicago, so we are a great option if you do not want to be that far away from your family. We are able to offer you the ability to get away but still be near that support system that you need. We are also a residential campus. 91% of our students live on campus all 4 years, and you are learning more outside of the classroom sometimes than you are inside the classroom through your roommates and suitemates and teammates and club organizations. So you are really truly living a full life while you are at Ripon. About 40% of our student population are Division III athletes. So that is a very large part of the health and wellness community that we have established at Ripon. And if you are lucky enough to join us, you will also get to meet Rally, our mascot, who does lots of great things on campus and helping our students feel welcome and give school spirit along the way. One of the more unique aspects of Ripon will be how you get to determine your college curriculum. We are a school that has completely redesigned what general education means in the 21st century. So instead of spending your first 2 years taking classes in all of the things aside from your areas of interest and the desired pathways that you would like to have in life, you are going to be doing a catalyst curriculum that is focused on skill development, career readiness, with a focus on freedom and flexibility in your schedule. Catalyst consists of 5 classes. It is a total of 20 credits. Those are the only 20 credits that are required of you during your time on campus. Everything else is your choice. And because these classes are taken one at a time, students have the ability to create the pathway of their dreams when they get to Ripon. That could include long-term research opportunities with our faculty. That could include a double major or a triple major for our students who are really ambitious and eager. That could include a study abroad option, a semester-long internship, and anything that you want to get out of your college experience. Catalyst focuses on written and oral communication, critical thinking, problem solving, cultural competency, and all of these things that are really important as our workforce continues to evolve into the 21st century with putting more choice and ownership of your college experience. And so our students are really enjoying that option, and it's allowing our students to complete multiple degrees within a 4-year timeline. And so if you're really excited about Catalyst and want to live in a residential area, how do you get to Ripon? What does that look like? We are a test optional school. We have been test optional for a while, so I know COVID has really shaken how things work. So if you are not thrilled or have not had the ability to take your test scores, either SAT or ACT, that is not a problem for us. To complete your application, all we need is the application itself and a high school transcript. We want to eliminate as many barriers as possible while still getting to know you in the process. So optional materials that include personal statements, letters of recommendation, and all of the clubs and activities that you have done throughout your time in high school for us to get to know you better. Ripon offers you a very personalized education, and that personalization starts within the admission process itself. All of our students who are admitted to Ripon will receive merit aid in the form of an academic scholarship. For the 2022 academic year, we're looking at scholarships ranging from $24,000 to $36,000 per year. And the great news is you are automatically considered for those scholarships by your application to Ripon. There is no additional materials available. And we do have, outside of academic-based scholarships, diversity awards, legacy, ROTC programs, and other awards. And if you qualify for those through your application, we will notify you at the time of admission in that as well. So why Ripon? The individual attention and the Catalyst curriculum really allow our students to thrive within that 4-year graduation guarantee. About 50% of our students come into Ripon undecided. And so direct entry into all of our academic programs really allows students the ability to try different things and explore different combinations of majors that may not seem to make sense on paper, but the Catalyst curriculum gives you the freedom in your schedule in order to be able to do so. We focus very heavily on affordability for our students. We know that college is an investment for you, and so our goal is to be as affordable of an option as we can be for families, considering we are a private institution. There is a strong sense of community within the campus, not only within the college itself, but within our local community in the city of Ripon. Campus is located a block and a half from downtown, so students are able to really immerse themselves within the greater community of Ripon College, and we are very fortunate to have a really great relationship with the city itself that offers a lot of opportunity for our students in terms of networking and things like that. So there's great opportunities available for you at Ripon, and I would love to share even more about that as you go through your process.
Thank you, Hannah. Next up, we are going to hear from Warburg College.
Can you see my screen yet, Kelsey?
We can see it, but it's not in presentation.
It's not up there. Okay. The PowerPoint?
The PowerPoint's up. Oh, now you're
Okay.
good.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Sorry about that Zoom troubles. So my name is Kristen Tackworn. Like Kelsey said, I'm the Regional Assistant Director of Admissions at Warburg College. I live in the Chicagoland area. I work with all students in the state of Illinois, and I'm a Warburg alum. I also wanted to point out that we are doing on-campus visits and virtual visits. So if you like what you hear, I would encourage you to join us. All right, so I'm going to start with some facts about Warburg. Just a brief overview. So a few of our highlights. Warburg is a small private liberal arts school. We're located in Waverly, Iowa. So from the Chicagoland area, it's about 4.5 to 5 hours away from campus. We have about 1,500 students in our student body, and our incoming freshman class this year was just over 500 students. Our average class size is 19, and our student to faculty ratio is 11:1. So what this means is you'll get to know your professors really well. One of your professors in your major will be your academic advisor. We have over 50 majors, and you can see the top majors listed on the screen. You'll see that we have an essential education plan. So as a liberal arts institution, you'll take classes that fulfill this essential education plan. So a variety of different classes plus electives, earning you a well-rounded education with critical thinking skills and knowledge outside of just your major. We have a 4-4-1 academic calendar. So you take 4 classes in the fall, 4 classes in the winter term, and 1 class exclusively for the month of May. We call this May term. Half of our students will stay on campus, and then the other half of our student body will travel with their class and their professor. So we have opportunities to travel domestically or abroad. For example, you could go to New York City, or abroad, you could go to Europe with the Castles and Cathedrals course, drawing and painting in Italy, opportunities to go to Costa Rica and the Amazon, and many of these travel opportunities don't have to be specific to your major. We also have urban studies programs in Des Moines, Iowa, and Denver, Colorado, which are really popular with our students. Our students in Denver will stay on the Johnson and Wales campus, and we have 100 different internship opportunities out in Denver. All right, so athletics is a large part of our campus culture. So at Warburg, we have a tradition of athletic excellence. We have over 500 student athletes that excel in the classroom and in a sport. We're NCAA Division III American Rivers Conference, and we've won more than 25 NCAA national championship titles. Music ensembles also allow students to embrace their passions at Warburg. You don't have to be a music major to participate. We have 18 different music ensembles, and they tour the United States and abroad. Every other year they alternate, and they performed in famous castles and cathedrals around the world, as well as famous concert halls in the United States, such as Carnegie Hall. If music or athletics isn't your thing, then there's still lots of different ways to get involved on campus. We have over 80 different clubs and organizations, and all first-year students attend an involvement fair with one of their classes. So you can learn more about all the different opportunities and sign up for what you're interested in. We're also a college of the ELCA Lutheran Church. We have a very active spiritual life community and lots of different ways to get involved on campus. I'm not going to read through all of this slide, but the 97% success rate among graduates. So we survey our students post-graduation, and this number comes from the percent of students that are in grad school or have job placement or are happy with their next step. Then 92% of Warburg graduates. So if you come to Warburg and stay at Warburg, 92% of those students will graduate in 4 years or less. And then we have an 82% acceptance rate into medical school. So that is, that's why the sciences are our top major, but that is more than twice the national average. Okay, just a few updates. Academically, our newest update is we have a new exercise science major. And probably our biggest update is we have recently completed the construction of the new strength and conditioning annex with a new health and human performance lab and an updated 2-story weight room. So this was a multi-million-dollar project. It features state-of-the-art technology and lots of research opportunities for students and student athletes. We also have graduate programs in music therapy and leadership, and we added clay target sports to our roster. Briefly, our application process is free. We're part of the Common App. There's no deadline. Our application is open now. We're going to start reviewing applications in August, and you'll get a decision within 2 weeks if you meet our acceptance criteria. Lots of scholarship opportunities. These are the amounts from last year, but if you are accepted at Warburg, you will at least start at a $26,000 scholarship. All right, lots of different ways to connect with us. I'm sure you know how to find us on social media, but we're also part of the Warburg community on the Zimi app. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Warburg offers full tuition scholarships for City of Chicago students that we interview for every spring. We give a handful of those out, and I do the interview process. So please take my email or reach out to me if you're interested. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we are going to hear from Swarthmore College.
Hello, folks. It's so good to meet you all virtually. My name is Windsor Jordan. I'm an Associate Dean and Director of Access and Equity at Swarthmore College, and I'm also an alum of the college as well. Usually I'd be seeing you all in person there. My brother lives in Chicago, so I'd be hanging out with him as well and getting to hang out with you all. But this is the next best thing to help you get to know Swarthmore virtually. So a couple things I want you to know about us overall. We're a small liberal arts college located right outside of Philadelphia in Pennsylvania. We are a college of liberal arts, sciences, and engineering. We'll talk a little bit about what that means. We're a small campus of 1,600 students, but offer 40 plus different programs of study. So in the classic liberal arts sense, we give you access to both humanities, natural sciences, and social science programs. At the heart of what we do at Swarthmore is a commitment to social justice, access, equity, and inclusion. And we'll talk about what that means as well. That drives the mission of the college, both on the social side and on the academic side as well. I want to give you all a quick snapshot of our admitted class this past year. This is the admitted class, the folks who admitted to the college this past spring. We've been about 1,000 students this past year, coming from all 50 states and 85 different nations around the world in that admitted class. 30% of that admitted class were first generation college students, meaning they're the first in their family to attend a four-year college like Swarthmore. 34% of the class we made this past year were connected to a local community-based organization or a national community-based organization like Chicago Scholars. And 65% of students we admitted this past year were coming from public and charter schools from all over the country. And for those folks who might be coming from rural areas, about 5% of our admitted class this past year were coming from rural areas. So when we talk about a commitment, like I said, to access and inclusion, equity, I wanted to show you all these numbers to give some proof in the pudding about what our mission here is at Swarthmore in the admissions office. A little bit about where we are. This is where I usually start with students. Again, we're a small college located right outside Philadelphia. This image you're looking at here is a picture of campus from looking down towards Philadelphia. It's a Philadelphia skyline right there. 2 hours going north, you're in New York City. 2 hours going south, you're going to be in Washington, D.C. So from our location in the eastern part of the country, you get to all these other major cities on the East Coast as well. We're really lucky though. So again, we're a small campus, beautiful, natural, gorgeous campus, but we also have access to the city of Philadelphia, only about a 30-minute train ride from the foot of our campus to downtown Philadelphia. Folks who know Philadelphia probably know about the cheesesteak. I guess I'm going to have them probably later this week. So it's an amazing place to go visit and hang out right from the foot of our campus. But beyond the cheesesteak, there's great opportunities to go see amazing art at the art museums in Philadelphia. There's great food to see beyond the cheesesteak. There's opportunities to go check out the coffee bars and parks in Philadelphia. It's a park-oriented city as well. So from our campus, you can hop on the train in 30 minutes in the sixth largest city in the country, with all the great things that Philadelphia has to offer, but you also have access to this beautiful campus that we're on as well. So the campus at Swarthmore is an arboretum. It's like a gallery or museum for plant life. And so you'll walk around our campus, also beautiful trees and grass, hiking trails, walking trails, all throughout our campus. The kind of natural beauty, I think, of our campus really enlivens intellectual life and supports how students think of, gives the students a chance to think and contemplate as well. So I always say to students, for Swarthmore, we're kind of best of both worlds. You get access to this natural, beautiful campus, but you also get access to the sixth largest city in the country, Philadelphia, only 30 minutes away, right from the foot of campus. Other thing about our location I always want to raise up is that we're part of a tri-college consortium with two other nearby liberal arts colleges, Bryn Mawr and Haverford colleges. So as a Swarthmore student, you can take courses at Bryn Mawr and Haverford colleges. Most students will find what they need academically right at Swarthmore, So this ends up being kind of a social consortium where you're going to hang out, go to parties and events and speakers and lectures at Swarthmore, just like you would do, at Bryn Mawr and Hereford, just like you would do those same things over at Swarthmore College. So it allows you to kind of expand yourself socially through those two other campuses, as well as academically, if you choose to take a course over at Bryn Mawr or Hereford colleges. We're also in a consortium with the University of Pennsylvania as well. A couple of unique things about our curriculum. Our first semester for all first-year students is pass-fail at Swarthmore. You don't get any grades that first semester as a first-year student, so it gives you a chance to really explore the curriculum. All our 40+ different majors are really, really open to you, and you get to dive in without having to worry about a grade in that first semester. And this is a really collaborative academic environment as well. We don't have GPA on our students' transcripts. Our students aren't focused on those things. They're focused on what are they learning in the classroom, how are they engaged in the classroom. And it allows you to take intellectual risk again, because you're not worrying about grades that first semester. You can double major, have a major and a minor, have a major and 2 minors. You can even design your own major as well. There's lots of flexibility in our curriculum too. A couple of different ways we're kind of removing barriers, like some of the other schools you're meeting today. We were also taught test optional this past year. We're going to be test optional this upcoming year as well. You don't have to send us those SAT or ACT scores to us if you don't want to. We also offer a fly-in program both for prospective students coming from different backgrounds and for students who are admitted to the college in the spring. You can fly in. We'll fly you in from wherever you are in the country to come visit Swarthmore in the spring as well. We're a Pressford partner school. We're also a partner in the Coalition for College, and we're also a common application school as well. Last thing I'll say is that we offer need-blind admissions at Swarthmore and need-based financial aid. So we guarantee to meet 100% of your financial need when you admit to the college, and it's a loan-free financial aid package. I look forward to y'all's questions.
Thank you. Next up, we have Loyola University of Chicago.
Awesome. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. Okay, awesome. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Super happy to be here with you guys. My name is Benito Amaral. I'm an assistant director of admission here at the institution. I also am a member of the multicultural recruitment division within the undergraduate admissions office. Today, I just look forward to just giving you a brief overview of our institution. I'll also run down the application process and some scholarship opportunities for you. But with that being said, Loyola is a private Catholic Jesuit institution that we are grounded in the liberal arts. A big part of Loyola's mission is not only just to help you through your academic aspirations or goals or whatever professional dreams that you have lined up for you, but we also look to develop you holistically, and that is due to the term cura personalis, which is within the Jesuit belief system that we definitely take after very seriously here at the institution. As you can see, it means the care for the entire person, so that we have many opportunities outside of the classroom, in which I'm going to talk about, to really help you become the individual you seek to become. And that's due through our staff, faculty relationships that you will build, a lot of the programs, opportunities inside and outside the classrooms that we offer. Talking about our institution, we are a mid-sized institution with a little over 12,000 undergraduate students. At the moment, about 50% of our student population is coming from out of the state of Illinois or international students, which is amazing. In regards to Chicagoland students itself, about 8 to 10% of our students are actually within the city of Chicago. So as you can see, this is a huge melting pot as we try to do to reflect that sort of same experience that what is Chicago really is for the Midwest. Good thing about our institution is very diverse, not just racial or cultural, as you can see the numbers there, but also, religiously, which we are a faith-based institution. 50% of our population do identify with the Catholic faith, but many of our other students also identify from different religions, in which we continue to still have opportunities for those students to grow in those areas of their life as well. Good thing about Loyola is that we have multiple campuses across the city. This is the Lakeshore campus in front of you. Nonetheless, we have another one called the Water Tower campus in downtown Chicago. We have the Maywood Center. That's where our medical center is located. We also have another campus in Rome, Italy, called our John Felice Center. Your experience may, depending on what campus and what major or department you're going to be located at, is typically where you're going to be situated, but our Lakeshore campus, for the most part, what you see in front of you is the heart of Loyola. This is where the majority of all student life, athletic events, our core curriculum, and many other things are just available to you. Talking about the academic scene at Loyola, we are definitely known for our STEM-related programs, definitely within our nursing program and pre-med. Within our nursing program itself, the good thing about it, it's a 4-year program. So we only allow students to enter it as an incoming freshman. We do not allow transfer students. So students really definitely like that because from day one, they're on the ground running towards their nursing, goal. On top of that, they do have the opportunity to study abroad if they'd like to do that at their John Felice Center. Other than that, we are also known for other areas such as our business, engineering program, and our brand new Parkinson's Health School of Health Sciences and Public Health. A good thing about Loyola being a mid-sized institution is that we get the benefits of both a large and a small institution. Loyola is primarily known to be an instruction-based institution. So as you can see in front of you, like the photos, the professors are required to do instruction, but the majority of them are also doing publication and research, which allows you to also get that benefit as well. And as you can see, the average classroom size is really small, really trying to mimic what you kind of already had throughout your whole academic experience, in elementary school, middle school, and high school. We want you to still have that relationship with the person who's going to be teaching you nonetheless. Okay, now moving over to the application process. Oh, sorry, before I get there, some things outside the classroom you can also get involved in is that we are a Division I school. We participate in Missouri Valley Conference. Many of you guys probably know us through our basketball team and Sister Jean. But nonetheless, we offer every major sports team except for football and baseball. All athletic events are free to students. We also offer club sports, intramural sports, over 250 clubs and organizations, everything you can imagine. We also offer over 20 fraternities and sororities. We do not, those fraternities and sororities do not have housing on campus, but many of their events still are on campus. And nonetheless, many of them are geared toward philanthropy, which is really nice to see a lot of our students give back to community and really live out that Jesuit belief system. Talking about the application process for all rising seniors, we are rolling admission. Okay, so we will be accepting applications all the way from August 1st to May 1st, and usually we pump out decisions every 4 to 6 weeks. So I usually encourage students to apply early so they can get their decision back much more sooner. Nonetheless, you can find our applications 3 ways, through the Common App, through our Loyola application, which is available online, again, in a couple weeks, or the Coalition app. There's only 2 pieces of materials that you need to submit. As you can see, an official transcript, a letter of recommendation. We are test optional as well. A resume and essay are also optional. If you decided to submit the Common App essay, definitely do so. On the right-hand side, you can definitely see the averages in regards to academics. But nonetheless, we review holistically. So we take every piece of material that you submit into consideration, as we definitely want to we also understand that students are have many things that they're doing outside the classrooms that we're always look and interested toward. When you apply, you are naturally considered for a merit scholarship, as right now, merit scholarships range for $10,000 to $25,000 per year, renewable for all 4 years, depending on your academics. So that can be your weighted GPA, super score SAT, high school ranking, et cetera, and et cetera. Nonetheless, about 99% of our students are receiving some sort of aid at the institution. And then again, the benefit to applying early is that the sooner you apply early, the sooner you get admitted, and then the sooner we can have this financial aid conversation so that we can start seeing what additional resources we have to offer here at the institution for you. Nonetheless, here's just my general contact information. Super happy to receive your applications for the upcoming year. Whatever it may be, I'm happy to help. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to kind of get to know a little more about us as an institution. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. And unfortunately, everyone, Drake University was unable to make it this evening. So we are just going to hear from the 5 institutions that already presented. But I'm going to ask them to join me back on camera, and they're going to answer 2 questions for everyone. And if you guys can just answer in the order in which you presented. The first question I'm going to have everyone answer is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process?
Okay, do you want to take this one, or would you like me to talk about it?
I mean, I can take it. I've gone through this process 2.5 years ago. I'd say put your best foot forward, but be yourself. I think having worked with the admissions office, sometimes we can tell when students are trying to craft a character that they think would fit the school. Most of these schools don't have like a typical student. There's a variety and a range of people from all kinds of backgrounds and academic interests and so on. So That's the one thing. So we can see authenticity in your application. So and that's it's a great thing to have. So yeah, that's what I would say.
I am a huge proponent of the campus visit. I think a lot of the time you can get a sense of a school on paper, but until you're actually there interacting with their students and their faculty, it can be really hard to discern between the schools. And the school that may not make sense on paper for you is actually the right fit based on your campus visit experience. So take advantage and work with the schools that you're pursuing to see what kind of opportunities they offer and assistance that they offer for students to get to campus.
My advice would be utilize your admissions counselors for any of the institutions that you're looking at. Our whole job is to help you answer your questions and help you navigate this process. So please feel free to, reach out to me or reach out to any admissions counselor for the colleges that you're looking for.
I have two quick pieces of advice. My first piece of advice is that sometimes this application process feels like you're trying to prove yourself to colleges, that prove you're worthy to go to our colleges. Trust me, you're already amazing, wonderful, beautiful, intelligent people. You don't have to prove to us anything. What I encourage you to do is find colleges that fit your needs. One of the things that I always tell students to do is to figure out who you are. I'm a Black male from the South, so when I was visiting colleges, always asking colleges, what's it like to be a Black male on your campus, right? So figure out who you are and then find out what colleges will serve you well, have the resources you need both academically and socially.
Awesome. Just kind of add on to everyone was saying, I would definitely say stay in strong contact with your admission counselor. We're here to help you with that process, and don't be intimidated by us. We're just regular people, wanting to basically help you get to to whatever institution. Sometimes the institution that we work for is not the institution at hand that's best suited for you, but we have connections. That's what we're in this field for. And second of all, my biggest advice is get connected to the students. Get to know what the student population is. You are going to be invested in 4 years of your life to this institution, and they will tell you bluntly what is they like and they don't like. And I think that's huge. You don't want to commit your first year, then have to go through a whole process against the transfer out when you could have just done it right the first time around.
Awesome, great advice, everyone. Thanks for sharing. And my last question that I'd like you to share with our audience is, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus? It could also include a fun fact too. And we'll start back at the beginning.
I'll give one and then I'll let Parfait give one. So Colgate has this affinity for the number 13. So every Friday the 13th, we celebrate Colgate Day. And so we actually have one coming up next month, and there's going to be a big picnic on campus that everyone's invited to. Our alumni celebrate all over the world, and you see a lot of posts on Colgate Day about what people are doing and ways that they're coming together. And the whole idea is actually built around the university's founding. It was founded by 13 men with $13 and 13 prayers is the story. And so the university continues that commitment to the number 13 in a variety of different ways. We have our 13 goals of a Colgate education, and then Friday the 13th being our Colgate Day.
Dang it, you take my idea. I'm joking. The other thing is probably the athletics. We're a D1 school. Even given our size, we have 3,000 students on campus right now. So athletics is a big part of school spirit. When we have games on campus, it's packed. The cheer team is amazing. The mascots are there, and so our good teams, our greatest teams are like the women's hockey and men's basketball, and those games are, it's explosive. The atmosphere is joyful and lively. So really part of important and cornerstone part of our school spirit. So yeah.
This is very hard, so I have two favorite traditions. The first one I'm really looking forward to. It's about a month away. It's our opening matriculation convocation. So our welcoming of our first year class to campus is an official part of our student body. It actually takes place on our president's house's front lawn. So it's a very close-knit community, and so it's a very fun way to welcome the new first year students to campus. And then late night breakfast during fall semester finals is always very fun. So on reading day of finals week, all of our faculty and staff serve breakfast at like 10 p.m. at night in our dining hall. And it's usually fun and festive with different holiday traditions. So it's a nice break for the students as they're in the midst of final week.
My favorite tradition at Warburg is Outfly, which is a surprise day off in the fall. It always happens before homecoming and nobody knows when it is. The president of the college and the president of the student body decide the day, and they go to the victory bell and ring it in the morning, and the cross country team runs through the dorms and the drum line plays to like wake everybody up. And if everybody shows up at the victory bell, then they cancel class for the day. And it's kind of like a mini homecoming. There's lots of games out on the lawn, and everything is just for the students. So it's a really fun day in the fall.
So I have so many favorite traditions. It's hard to pick just one, but I think my favorite tradition at Swarthmore are engineers. Every April 1st, do an April Fool's joke. They've done things like build gigantic sneakers, like huge gigantic sneakers, and hung them off the side of a building. They've done things like giant catapults. They had catapults on campus last year in the spring, and we're shooting huge soccer balls with a catapult in the trash cans all the way across campus. And so April 1st, you wake up in the morning and go to campus, and there's always gonna be something really cool to look or see that they built overnight in the dark and are playing with during the day, and inviting everybody else to play with as well.
Yeah, there's so many things happening on campus. I personally am biased because I was a student athlete. I just love our basketball season. I think a lot of our students love that too, just because everyone comes around and just shows the school spirit. So especially when we're doing really well in the tournament. But nonetheless, I think there's so many events that, I mean, I don't want to talk about all of them, but I definitely say our basketball team and during that basketball season.
Thank you all for sharing. It makes me want to go back to all these different schools and be part of the traditions. So thank you everyone so much for joining us tonight. When you close out of this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this was just one of multiple sessions being hosted, so feel free to sign up for the next session after this if you're interested. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording, as well as all of the other sessions recordings at strivescam.com/Chicago Scholars. Thank you all so much. Thank you to our wonderful panelists, and I hope everyone has a great evening.